Hey, this is Empress Zingha. Thank you so much for joining us for another Artist Peeps segment. This time around, it's the Mahalia's Corner edition, episode 3. This week, we are going to be featuring Nikita. She's actually the next feature at Mahalia's Corner this coming Sunday. But before we get to the orange-haired songbird, we are going to take a really quick peek at last week's Artist Spotlight. That was Lennox. You remember him, right? He was one of our Artist Peeps. Let's go and take a look.
I want to thank Mahalia to Mahal first and foremost for inviting me here to the spotlight. So I can bring you my original music first. Might as well get to it, yeah. Whoa. Yeah. And I said I would never take another call. And now I'm to be the one to take another fall. So should I stay or should I stay? To prove the truth to you will soon be killing me. Just look at who's around and stay companion in disbelief. I'll be the light inside the dark and the misery. And I swear, oh darling, I swear. I swear, darling, I swear I'll be, I swear, darling, I swear.
Welcome to Makeup by Sam, your space to be pampered. Services include Novalash, scalp micropigmentation, bridal, event, film, and theater makeup, eyebrow threading and grooming, personal makeup classes and consultations available. Contact Sam at 234-6194 or email at imakeupbysam@gmail.com. Makeup by Sam. Call and make your booking today. And we are back with Nikita, decked out in orange. You really can't miss she. I love this. I love this.
Because I always felt like it's too much orange. But this is just a little sprinkle, right? So I said we're wearing the orange dress today. 4 years old, and DMZ perfectly pointed out my hole to show that it's 4 years. But I'm watching it and everything blessed. Yes. Thanks.
We realized that your family is very entrenched in music for a long time. Even Jabari, your little brother, now coming into his own. How has this been working in this industry, but having that a part of your life first?
That was everything. That is the foundation. That's where and who I learned it all from. I was blessed to be in a family, and I tell people all the time, all of we can sing, you know. Every single one of us can sing a note. And growing up in a family that's so big and everybody singing, everybody hungry for the spotlight, everybody hungry for the stage, you had to pick a part fast. So my grandmother and my grandfather, they were both choir masters at First Baptist Church, and they had 11 children. And so it was a full football team. And as choir masters, you would expect them to then just go into a chorale, a little small family group. And Uncle James was part of that. James Leacock, Carlin Leacock was part of that. Peter Leacock, my Uncle Paul, Stephen, my mom, Veronica, she sings too as well. Auntie Janice, Auntie Esther. So I had to choose either soprano, alto, or tenor. That's basically what it is. You come out, it's not really, is it a boy or a girl? Is it a soprano, an alto, or a tenor? Yeah, let's just roll. And not everybody sings, and because of that, I always had music in the house. It could have been plain or just somebody humming or singing a melody to something. And of course, it was in gospel. And that's where I tap into for soul and passion when it comes to performing. And church was great, being because you know those big gospel singers and musicians, you know, are always sometimes most times the best singers and musicians out there. So having that as my foundation, I knew immediately how to just grab people here first and then be like, oh my God, and her voice is amazing. I always aim for the connection here. Like, I don't sing any songs that don't mean something to me. It has to be something either relevant to me or some experience that I know of. I started singing when I was 4 years old. My grandmother made me graduate preschool early because she wanted me to sing with my other cousins that were a little older than me. So I actually entered primary school at like 3-ish. And yeah, so it was good. I had an early experience on stage and I fell in love from then. And it is because of the music in my family. I blame them.
Okay, Nikita, so can you tell us now more about your favorite experiences in the earlier part of your career?
When I think back over the years, I mean, from the very beginning, being involved in so many local performing arts groups. There was RnB Folk Chorale, where my dad and my mom used to sing with them at every NIFCA, every show, every cultural production. And I think I kind of pushed them into having a children's group so I could sing too, because I end up being like this little 7-year-old in a group of all the adults trying to sing, you know, next to my mom. And from there was Pinelands Creative Workshop where I did dancing and Dance in Africa, dance strides. And the more I performed, the more I got a chance to be on stage and be around other creatives. Music just had to happen. I just knew I had to sing and perform and be on stage. And I was fortunate enough to have parents to support that, thank God. And really, because it wasn't easy raising Nikita as a singer, want to be a singer. Yeah, early on, all those performances at NIFCA, that's where I really learned who I was as a Bajan and what it really meant to be a Bajan. And be proud of that. I'm proud of, you know, the characters, Mother Sally and Green Monkey and Stoat Walkers and everybody really know the origin and the story behind it. After Rihanna, Sweet Girl Riri, after she got signed, you know, of course, everybody was like, well, who's next? Who's next? All of we, somebody got me next. So I started then to picture myself like on an international stage, because I would have only seen it on Grammys. You see Whitney and Mariah and all these big singers, and it was never nobody from about here, if you understand what I mean. So then to see Rihanna have that opportunity, it just opened up, you know, a whole new world of opportunities. And I had to pursue that. It was all about getting signed and singing outside. And I know for sure performing and hooking up with people like Arturo Tapin that would have been able to take me to Toronto, and especially the regional festivals and stuff that I wouldn't have been able to perform on the stages. I was able to do that with him. So definitely with the Arturo Tapin band, man, it's a group of young musicians and we all just love music. I want to perform. I want people to see and hear us perform. And I'm so grateful to him for that opportunity. From that, I led me to stages like Beijing, you know, through the Barbados Tourism Marketing Inc. And they would take this contingent to Beijing and get to perform in front of people that would have never heard our music, furthermore even see people of our color. And for them to just respond so positively to it was an amazing experience. I've met the likes of Mark Anthony and Patti LaBelle, who would have said special little things to inspire me and to keep me motivated in my career. Then of course Trinidad with Machel Montano, which was amazing. And from there I really started to see a true life in soca, in the music industry. Here it was a little hard you know, what everybody thinks, saying, knowing me as the R&B queen to then do soca. But going to Trinidad definitely opened up all the possibilities of even fusing pop and making it a business that I didn't get when I was here. So coming back home then, of course, Crop Over in 3 years it just kept getting better and better and better. And this year, coming second behind by 8 points was just a huge shock to me, but I am truly grateful. And every stage means something to me. I just love the stage, man. I just love the stage.
Do you miss R&B because you don't do it as much? Do you miss it at all?
I pretty much sing R&B every day. I sing R&B indie soca songs too. When I'm at home, just even when I get the demo first, I slow it all the way down, pull it back, really vibe and listen to each note and the music behind it. I strip it a cappella just so I can see where I want to, move it around. So R&B is still very present in me and my music. You hear the soul and the passion regardless of the genre. But transitioning into soca was of course challenging because it's faster. First of all, so you kind of gotta rewire your brain a little bit to give shorter notes, no vibrato, straight lines, and you'd think it would be easier to record soca, but it's actually more challenging because there's syncopation, there's rhythm, there's so many different components involved that you have to emote there on print. It's easy to do it live because you got a crowd, you got an audience to give you that vibe and that momentum. But in studio, it's just you. But when you listen to it on radio, you must still feel that energy. So I definitely took a step back. I did a lot of background vocals in studio, which was strategic for me because I wanted to learn the pattern. Just really vibe and see how artists record because it's a very interesting process and everybody's different and unique. And watching Mahalia record was amazing. I made sure I was at every single recording when I was in Trinidad, and that pretty much ended up being every day, all day. I've been in position to see reggae artists, R&B artists, pop, hip hop, and you'd get a different energy with a soca artist recording. Like you gotta embody that, you know what I mean? Like in studio. And watching that, I then realized that soca, singing soca or being a soca artist was more than just the singing part of it, the vocal aspect. That you had to really embody the lifestyle of soca, like the genre itself and what that means. And after I knew what it was, for me, I knew what soca meant to me. And I tried to put it out in my music. And after I realized, it was like, all right, well, that's it there. That is it right there.
Now, coming off of the official stage performing side of what you do, on a morning you and Salt is be blowing up my IG with live streaming. Because now you're a presenter now on Salon FM. How is that?
How did that happen? I did not see that coming at all. That was not planned. It was not. I just never thought that could happen, to be honest. It wasn't this, like I did Masscom at BCC and still kind of had the interest. It was legit out of the blue. And what happened was I did a half hour on Slam for Beige. And Richard was running late. He couldn't make it, so he was like, "Nikita, come in and do this thing. Just push the event, right?" And I'm like, "All right, cool. I'll push the event." He's like, "Here's the flyer. Get through." And I was like, "Okay." So I got there. Infamous was the host at the time, and we did the half hour. It went well, and then afterwards, I got a call from Richard, and he was like, "So." The boss man was listening and he really liked your voice and he wanted to know if it was something you were interested in and if you would stay on at least just audition and intern. So I was like, yeah, sure, no problem. Why not? How am I gonna say no to that? I'm like, yes. So yeah, I went and I interned, went through the natural process, 6 weeks, and I interned behind Scratch and Vane and Infamous and DMZ and got to talk to Gine and Bubbles and Salt and everybody, and it was like, I like here. It was a lot of fun. And 6 weeks passed. I guess it was the probation period, and quick, so I was able to get that 9 to 12 slot as Envy was leaving. The first month, of course, was nerve-wracking because you're like, oh my God, so many people are listening. But after a while, I had a conversation with Salt, actually. He was just like, just be yourself, just be you. And that's what I try to be. Who Nikita is on stage, on radio, in person, Same person, same thing. But it's going so well, and I've been able to build a strategy for, wanting to hear what people or know what people was listening to. I want to hear the soca, the hip hop, the pop, everything. And I always play the radio in my house. It's in my bathroom, my bedroom, my living room, my kitchen. I have a radio everywhere, even before slam. And also introduce who I am as a person. I want to connect again. Because, people will see you and be like, oh, Nikita, yeah, she has an amazing voice. Oh, how I wish I could meet her and whatever. And I'm like, why you just come over, just say hello? I so normal. but I find that radio allowed them to realize that there's no, there's no door, there's no screen. I got Mother Day to keep me real grounded. So I would never be that person where you could be like, nah, don't talk to me. Come and take a picture. Come and say something. Ask a question. Vibe a little bit. That's who I am, and that's the type of family that I have at Power Broadcasting, and I'm super, super grateful.
I always wanted to know this answer. How on earth did you get the name Orange-Haired Songbird? Was that Salt's doing?
Absolutely, and I will say it again. Salt Patrick. Salt Bellamy, the bougie block man. He definitely named me that, and it took a little bit because I was like, oh gosh, they've been calling me the Songbird forever, but the orange hair now I've been rocking for like 4 years. I think people pretty much get it, like it's not gonna change. It's forever gonna be orange, and he was like, I'm the salty one, and Bubbles is like, I'm the bubbly one, and I'm like, I'm Nikita. So after a while, he was like, no, use the orange-haired songbird. And I was like, okay, I'm your orange-haired songbird.
Guys, we are having a fantastic time with Nikita, but we got to have some fantastic time with the sponsors too, so we came back. Need that perfect accessory to complement your style? Azifos Creations has the perfect pieces for you. From copper and stainless steel jewelry embellished with semi-precious stones, clutch bags, purses, and leather shoes. Custom pieces also available. Contact Aziza Onifa 267-1100 or Empress_Aziza at hotmail.com, or you can visit their shop in Pelican Village. Azifos Creations, made by royalty for royalty. Welcome to Cuticles Nail Salon. Come in to get your nails pampered. Services include manicure treatments, acrylic overlays and extensions, as well as acrylic and gel refills. For more information, contact Leslie at 832-9984. Right, so we're going to go now into a little deeper about your fan base and how the outpouring of support has been for you. Now, in Crop Over Time, you had Same Way, came out. We even talked to the Red Boys about it, and how that fan base, how I guess you would say your family came in, surrounds Nikita around that time, especially around the live video that you did. I saw so much love for you. Like, how does that make you feel to have that connection with your fans?
I honestly did not expect that much love. I did not expect that much support. Like, I knew everybody, would know of Nikita and my music here, Tequila. I love Tequila. But I did not know that much people cared, I should say. And it was so fresh when it happened, because like I tell people all the time, like I released that song on the Monday, after like 6, 7, 8 months of preparation, building a video, building a hype, when you think of it like collected behind the scenes before the actual launch date, there would have been so much that went on and would have gone into it, and you're prepping, and I'm like, this is the song for Crop Over, like this is it. Like we had that type of energy behind it. So when it was released and everybody just was like, oh my God, I love this song, it's great. We had that response. It was legit 6 minutes. I had 6 minutes of, oh yes, everybody finally get it. This is the song, I'm great, positive love and everything. And then I got a call.
You serious?
And then I got a call 6 minutes after releasing it on What Drive You Crazy. And I had to go in my shift immediately after. And I got the call from Divine.
Wow.
And I was like, what do you mean? you sure? You sure that this is the song? And the producer here that would have remixed it for her, he sent me the link, and then I saw it the same way 2 years ago by Divine, and my heart, I don't even know, I can't even say sink, because at that point it was out of my body. I just like felt an immediate drop. And I called Mikey right away, and I was like, we have a problem. We have a problem. And so when I told my story, my side of it, I was telling it as it was happening, because this is something that was so fresh, and I was processing it along with everybody else. And luckily I have such an amazing team. The PR, my management, my mom, my dad, my brother, you know, my whole family behind me was like, yo, we got your back. And the next day I had to travel to Toronto. Next day to do the Barbados on the Water showcase. And so I had to leave, you know, in the airport, and everybody hearing about it. Nikita, talk to me. And going to Toronto was the best thing, because I could have isolated myself and really deal with everything legally and what have you. And I spoke to my dad, and he was like, you know what, you need to speak now. You need to say something. Like, you tell your truth. Don't let anybody tell it for you. And I was blessed to know that Mikey had actually started for me, and he had all angles. And I what you saw was, it was live, so there was nothing edited, nothing rehearsed. I just spoke my truth. And from that tour to Toronto, I thought, I had no idea what it would have been when I came back to Barbados. I heard my dad was saying that you were on the news like 4 times this week, you know, for back page and the front page, and I'm like, what am I going back to? And I came back to nothing but love. Every day on Watch Every Crazy, Nikita, we got you back. Can we believe you? I hope you get back your money. You know, it was just, even that, you know, it just meant a lot to know that people actually cared how I felt personally, you know, about the whole situation. And then coming from that and ending with a second place in the Sweet Soca finals with a whole new song that came out of nowhere, you know, was amazing. It was an amazing feeling, and that's the power of music. Power of music.
Okay. Now, on to Mahalia's Corner. Up to last Sunday, you did down this so GineOn Wasi, down in this so in the corner, and I was very close behind, getting on like a respectable audience member. But you used to be there all the time. Like, how is Mahalia's Corner for you as an audience member?
Listen, I loved it from the inception, from the time they had the thought. I was like almost finishing the thought with them, because it started at a time when we were so hungry to just perform. Of course, back then it would have been Nexus, but like Mahalia, you know, Andrea and them would have come out of the a cappella group out of Harrison College. We had Ju, Melvin, Darian, everybody was just hungry to just perform. We had a lot of bands too, and because of course the nightclub scene was a little better. I latch on, man. I latch on one time. They had me hooked. The open mic segment is actually my favorite part of Mahalia's Corner, because you never know what's gonna happen when somebody random and just spontaneously come on stage and be like, I got a talent too, but I'm a bank manager. Yeah. You know, it's like,
tiny people that come up with these humongous voices.
Or start off like, yeah, you know, I didn't want to come on stage. You have no idea how many of them started like that on the stage at Mahalia's Corner in open mic that you would know now, including me, to be honest. I was featured in in the first season, and nobody didn't know about me neither. You know what I mean? Nobody didn't know who's this body that claiming she's only caught with a last name like Brown. But no, they're responsible for so many careers in music right now. As a musician, as an artist, as a poet, as, I mean, just even an audience member. Because when you leave Mahalia's Corner, you just leave. You almost don't want to go home. You know what I mean? It's just like, okay, what's going to happen now? Because I am all the way up here and I am not ready to go home. I hunger for it. You know, it's happened sometimes once, twice a year. So I really look forward to it. I am there regardless. The only reason why I miss Biggie's night is because I was in Ottawa. But that's what it would have to take to get me to miss a Mahalia's Corner.
What is it like working with Tumel Hill? Especially now you know them since next 6 days. But what is it like working with the guys? And also, what can we expect on Sunday?
Anything to do with Andre, Chris Clark, Russell, Chad, and Mahalia is gonna be the bomb. So my heart ain't pumping too fast right now. I am settled because when it comes to working with that band, man, it's not a band, it's family. From the time I get there, we can vibe and talk about 15 minutes about random crap and then start rehearsing. And it's just that type of vibe. Like I sent an idea of a set. And then when I get there, it is all nothing like the originals. And I love that about them. I used to tell them, man, nexify the thing. You know what I mean? Just nexify it. You know, when you come in at Andre and throwing about 7 reharms, and you're like, is this still the same song? I don't know this song anymore. But no, I love that, man. They're so creative and talented. And Chad is amazing on that cajon. I never seen nobody play a cajon like that ever. Closest was when I went to, I saw the Cuban representative here, and they had this big dance and drum thing, and it was like, yeah. but yeah, man, I look forward to it. It's gonna be good. It's gonna be awesome. I cannot wait to sing on that stage. It's my favorite stage to sing on, definitely, because it's intimate. It's stripped down, all acoustic. There's no, little stems to play in the background. Like what you hear is exactly what I'm singing. That the tone, the songs, the vibe. I get to talk a little bit and share my side personally, to introduce people to who Nikita is as well. And get people realize that, it's more than tequila that can get served. More than tequila can get served.
Well, guys, Nikita says she is more than excited to go on that stage this coming Sunday, and we are even more excited to go and see her, myself included. Don't forget, you can go and get all of your tickets crossed by Wine World and all the other places. Go cross by Mahalia's Corner on IG, on Facebook. I'm going to ask any questions that you think that you may have. They're going to ask you, tell you where to go and get your tickets. Doors open at 7. Show starts at 8. Sure. Get there early. You hear me tell you get there early here? There's got people outside long lines that you have to stand up and get in. Try and go and get some tickets early. Go and sit down yourself and go and listen to the orange-haired songbird. Now, Nikita, before I go, where on earth? Because I doubt anybody at this point doesn't know who you are or where to find you. But just in case. Where can we find you on social media?
Well, on everything, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, Nikita Sings, because that's what I do, and it's not my last name. So Nikita Sings, because that's what I do. But can I just say that this is one of my favorite things to say? Just say it's like, what going on? I even say our radio, and everybody's like, no. It's like, what? I'm supposed to say, what's going on? No, it's what going on, man. I thank you guys so much for having me. I love it, and I look forward to bigger and better for you guys too as well.
Thank you. Guys, before I go, I have to big up my sponsors because they made me really nice today. Of course, it's Mocha Hair Designs. We have Makeup by Sam, who beat up my face this afternoon. And yeah, flawless. Please go and check her out. We also have Azifos Creations, who always supplies me with jewelry. She's actually my first sponsor ever in life, so I got big she up. For Helion 120 Stage Lighting, Creek Productions, and of course, Cuticle Nail Salon. Guys, thanks so much. Nikita, thank you so much for being here. We are going to be seeing her where? On Sunday at 8 o'clock. LESC. Better get your tickets. I down front and center. Yes.